chocolate mint, 14 grams protein, 18 vitamins, minerals. Natural flavor with other natural flavor. Tastes good. So that's the main thing. So the reverse grip pull down. Let's talk about that first. The thing I want to say about it is it took a couple times, a couple sessions to understand the movement better and have it not be so like awkward on your wrist, because it can seem like, can feel like really awkward as you twist your, fully supinate your wrist. So you don't have to go fully supinated, but I mean, if you have like a semi-neutral or semi-supinated, neutral, supinated, something like that, I think you'll get the most out of it. Something like that, neutral, somewhat supinated or fully supinated, for like a lat biased pull down, whatever you want to call it. You're trying to get the most upper back or most lat with less upper back. I mean, that's kind of like the idea, I think, because when you go pronated, you're kind of in a position more to retract your shoulder blades a little bit as you pull down, which is more of a function of your upper back. So I think that's kind of, or to me, that's the reasoning to neutral or supinate, is that it's harder to retract your shoulder blades, which means most likely you'll get less upper back and you'll get more lats. So the function of the lats is to just bring the humerus down and in. So if I grab something here and I pulled it in, my lats and my pec are gonna fire. Lats and pec kind of work together. So if you were to do a dip, if your shoulders go up and then you push your shoulders down, pec minor is gonna fire, your whole pec's gonna fire. But pec minor, which is under your pec major, I think it's from your third to fifth rib, and origin is your acromion. So the function is to kind of bring your shoulder down and depress your shoulder. But the lats also do kind of the same movement, brings your shoulder down. So, I mean, you could train chest and back together. Everything overlaps, okay? So if you want to do full upper body together, you want to separate everything, whatever, just know things overlap. And when you do a pull down, your triceps are getting a big stretch on it. When you're doing a deep chest press, your biceps are getting a big stretch on it. You can't get away from things overlapping. Body wasn't made to just like curl and not use anything else. Things overlap in case something doesn't work, other things can help, and you know, all that shit. So I gotta eat one bite of this. But I did 180 pounds for almost 9, which is pretty good considering I almost got 17 with the neutral grip, going much faster and not holding the contraction. So my strength on it is definitely increasing just due to awareness of my wrist being fully supinated and developing some more power in that position. I mean, if you haven't squatted in a while, but you've been like hack squatting, the squat's gonna kind of feel weird. It's gonna take you a little bit to get used to it again. So you might take these increases in progression, like in the weight or the reps, faster in the beginning. So I think that's what's happening on these pull downs is week after week, I'm kind of getting a rep each time, getting more familiar with the movement. But I think eventually it'll stall out because I'm dieting down in body weight, and you're not gonna just progress a rep every single week like this. Like, it's just not, it's most likely not gonna happen for most of us out there. If you're an alien, then maybe you're gonna progress every rep for fucking years. I don't know, maybe. Everyone's a little bit different. It might take somebody else 3 sessions just to get that next rep. But if you don't, there's 2 ways of kind of progressing. I mean, you can go up in weight or reps. So doing, if we're gonna talk percentages, going from 10 to 11 reps on a pull down is 10% increase. If you put a little dumbbell, a 5-pound dumbbell on the stack, what is that, if it was 100 pounds, that'd be 5%. I mean, that's like that's less than 5%. That's like 2% increase. So there's a much more likelihood of getting 10 reps with 2 more pounds or 5 more pounds than going up an entire rep. So, and you don't have to use a 5-pound dumbbell. You can do a 2-pound dumbbell, 1-pound dumbbell. Doing an extra rep is going to be more difficult, especially if your rep range is low. So if you're going from like trying to get 5 to 6 reps, that's going to be a huge increase, 20%, versus going from 20 to 21 reps. So that's also something you can take into consideration. It's going to be much more difficult to take a rep progression in a lower rep range. So if you're stuck at a weight for a while and you can't get 6, either you're going to have to just go up a little bit in the weight and try to get and stay at 5 until you can get 6 with that lower weight, or go up in rep range and try and do that for a little bit, or something like that. So, but anyway, reverse grip pull down, it's nice, it's doing good. I love that smaller, more sleek appearance as I'm doing it, because the bar is much shorter. I don't like doing with that long bar with the curves down. I just don't like how it looks. It's the same shit, but that grab right in the end, I just like that sleek, no extra material on it, metal, it's nice, So, and I do like the bicep on it, actually. I like how much bicep I get. I just like that whole, the whole movement. Just feels like it's a big mass builder, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, all this stuff is mass building. But rear delts were pretty good also. So what I do is once I get that first rep, and I do that negative for the first rep, I kind of loosen my grip for a second, and I kind of wiggle in my hands into the frame, kind of like mold to the frame, and then I continue. So I'm really trying to connect with that frame as if my arm is the frame. So it was good there. The rep range is anywhere from like 5 to 10. I kind of like on these upper body stuff. The shrugs, a little bit different. I'm still like getting used to it. I think I would prefer a dumbbell shrug, but barbell works. I think I was doing like 15 reps on there, but I mean, I think it's a smaller range. So I'm just kind of getting a good contraction and then coming back down. The stretch is not going to be the same on shrug, because you can't really go lower than just your shoulders being here already. So you're just trying to get it up and then come back down to that position and then get it back up again. And you don't want to just pull your shoulders up. You kind of can pull it up and back a little bit if you're doing it on a back day and you want to get some rhomboid and upper back development. Even if you went straight up, you're still going to get that. But I think a diagonal pull back might get you a better feel on that upper back musculature, we'll call it, versus just straight up. And I mean, definitely not forward. You'd want to go a little bit back, I think. Or not, I think, or for me, and for most people, 99% doing it on a back day, up and back, I think is a good way to do it. But it's not the biggest deal if you don't pull back like crazy. But just keep that in mind. Try both and see what you like. Up or up and back. When I say up and back, it's one motion. It's not up and then back. It's pull diagonally back. But it's going to be easier to do with dumbbells because your hands are already at your side. So barbell or dumbbell, try both. The supported T-bar row, perfect, great exercise. I mean, we're breaking it down. Basically lats, upper back, thickness, mid back, and then the shrugs are more of that high upper back mountain look that you want as a bodybuilder, or anybody who's lifting weights and, you know, wants to progress, which is, I mean, most of us out there. I mean, I think you would want to progress in this type of thing. So, bicep. I only did one exercise, which was that incline dumbbell curl, but I'm telling you, man, when I go all out on that, like, my biceps are pretty fatigued. I mean, after all the back stuff, and like especially the reverse grip pull downs. So what I've discovered over years is that if you do too much, you will drive yourself into the ground, and then you'll have to take a week off if you're training super hard. So I just kind of do three exercises per body part, for like the big body parts. And then, I mean, 1, 2, 3 exercises for the smaller, like bicep, tricep, shoulder. Like I only did one bicep exercise, but I mean, 1, 2, 3 exercises, I think it's probably good. The reverse grip pull down, I get a lot of bicep, I think. So, or I don't think. You're in a position to use more bicep. So that's just, I think, what's gonna come with that. But I'm okay with that because I think, or I keep saying I think, I get a lot of lat with that position. So I like it. And then just one bicep exercise just to finish it off. Triceps too. I mean, 1, 2 exercises, shoulders too. That's all out training though. If you're not going all out, then you probably need more sets. So, and what else did I do? I did some posing. Yeah, I did some posing. It's I gotta fix my posing a little bit, because when I'm not looking at the camera, I tend to be a little bit sideways, like for my back shots. And you also tend to be a lot fatter than you think you are. So definitely gotta get leaner. I mean, if you're shredded and you're a little bit off on your posing, it looks okay. But if you're fat, it doesn't look so good. I think people can relate to that, man. So, yeah, if you're shredded, it doesn't even matter what, like, you're shredded, you know, like, whatever. But if you're fat, even if you hit it perfectly, you gotta hit some, like, you guys got some whale blood on you, you know? So I'm trying to get that off right now. Or it's coming off slowly, week by week. Body weight is 164. I hit a low. But my birthday was over the weekend, so I had 2 days of higher calories. And then now I'm back down to like 166. So once I get down to like 160, high 150s, abdominals and obliques will start to look a lot better. It happens fast too. So before you know it, it's summer, man. So that's it. Just gonna eat these bars and so my calories are about, on training days, 2,500 I would say. And then non-training days, maybe 23. That seems to be a good range for me. But I will say that I've had a habit, I've had a tendency to go to bed and then within like 5 minutes, I have to get up and eat some cheese because I'm just like a little bit too hungry because I just want to get lean, you know? But you gotta just be patient with it and trust the process, as they say, right? So I'll just gonna eat these, and we got legs next. So we'll see if I'm training here or I might go to a different gym because they got like a nice leg press at the gym that I used to go to before I started training here. And they got a hack squat and some good stuff, so